Hello there folks, Bunkygook here, aka your Lonely Achievement God, continuing our From 0 to 1000 achievement hunting series of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, the anniversary edition for the Xbox with our Chapter 5 portion of things. As always, if you are looking for a spoiler-free walkthrough, do not go any further. Check the link in the video description that will take you to a text version of a spoiler-free walkthrough. I'm not doing a video version of the spoiler-free walkthrough for reasons that'll be explained in the text. There would just be too much random stuff to be able to do a step-by-step video guide like I tend to do for my videos. So I have created a text version of both a spoiler-free and the spoiler-full walkthrough that we are going through together. So if you do like to use text, you can feel free to jump over there and use the text version of the walkthrough as well. But we're going to go ahead and jump in here and start Chapter 5. Excuse me. We're going to meet up in the dining hall here. And just like after every other trial, a new floor has opened up, so we have to go investigate. So we'll be placed outside the dining hall, and we're going to use the map to get up to the 4th floor. The stairs up to the 5th floor are over here, so we're going to just jump to that teleport point. And then we'll turn around and see the newly opened stairs. When you spawn in up here, walk forward, turn to the left, and we'll enter the dojo here. Go ahead and turn right and examine the lockers. Then examine the cherry trees, or cherry blossoms, excuse me. And talk to Kyoko. We're going to back out of this room. And we're going to walk straight ahead. You'll see Aoi, Hina/Aoi in the distance. We're going to take a left at this corner and walk all the way down this dark hallway. This is the bio lab, but we can't get in there yet. We do need to interact with the door, though. So once you've done that, turn around, and we're going to enter the door at the corner here that we went past. And this is quite the room. Of course Byakuya is here. Once you get control of your character, we have a couple things to examine. Go ahead and examine the chalk outline. And then examine the big blood stain here. Now we're going to leave the room, and we're going to turn around, and we need to go to the garden. Garden is that big room at the bottom left, so we're going to take a right here and a left, and we'll bring it ourselves to the garden. Excuse me. Talk to Yasuhiro first. And we need to examine the shed behind him. It's actually a chicken coop. Go ahead and back away from the coop. And now we're going to enter the large wooden shed in the back. We need to examine the pickaxe on the ground here. Make sure you get the pickaxe. Again, sometimes the game just decides, oh, you wanted to get the other thing? Make sure you examine the pickaxe and then you can back out. And there's a red control panel you might have seen right behind Yasuhiro there. We're going to examine that. Now examine the big flower in the center. And then press the B button to back out, and you will automatically go to the dining hall to have your, group meeting about what you found. So go ahead and start with Aoi and react to the layout of the school. Go ahead and talk to Kyoko. And then talk to Byakuya. Go ahead and chat with Yasuhiro next. We're going to have to react to all three of these, so first do a stupidly large plant. Then we'll have to talk to him twice more to get the other two react points. So we'll do a chicken coop next. And then we'll do a tool shed. Excuse me. I've been having a lot of coughing issues the last few days. Go ahead and chat with Toko. And that'll be the end of the interaction here. We'll eventually go back to our dorm room. Go ahead and interact with the front door of your dorm. Kyoko is there. And we automatically go to find her. So we need to distract Monokuma again so Kyoko can do her thing, and then we eventually go back to our dorm room to sleep for the night. This is a cool little cutscene if you want to watch it. Obviously, we're skipping everything. When we wake up, we're going to need to go to the dining hall like usual. And after some scenes and dialogue, we will be sent back to our dorm for our final sessions of free time in the story. And we are going to have to do something a little bit more involved this time, but we'll cover that when we get to it. So we're going to spend time with Byakuya first. And he is up in the garden. So we need to go to the 5th floor. There's one of those instances where the game kind of freezes for a few seconds. That was not where I was intending to go. There we go. So spend some time with Byakuya. And don't give him a gift. We'll get a report card. And we're going to be sent back to our dorm for the final story free time session, but we have a little bit to cover before we do anything with it. As you've been noticing, we've been basically spending time with everyone, because everyone's first free time session is an automatic report card. You may have noticed there were a couple that we spent 2 sessions with. I think Toko and Hifumi had automatic report cards in their second sessions, but there is a chance that if you spend a session with someone without giving them a gift, you don't get a report card. And the optimal path that we're following deigns for us to always have a report card with our free time sessions. That way we're not wasting any time. If you go through the game without paying attention to this and without using gifts at all and just try to spend time over and over and over again until you get all the report cards, you're going to have to play through school mode potentially 5 or 6 times to get all of your free time sessions and the trip tickets done and school mode endings for everyone. We're following the optimal path, which is why I've been having you hop around to specific people in the free time session. So far, every person we've spent time with had an automatic level up and an automatic report card entry. At this point in the story, unfortunately, we no longer have an automatic level up. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Monomono machine to get one of the presents we need. We're going to start with Asahina, with Aoi, and we need to go to the Monomono machine and we need to use it until we get a liked gift. Now, I'm going to go into this in much more detail once we get to school mode, so don't worry too much. I'm just kind of introducing you to this now. Every character has loved and liked gifts, and if, for example, if you're the person you're trying to hang out with, say Asahina, she has one hangout session between her next report card. So the next time we would hang out with her, we would not get any report card entry. If we went back a second time to hang out with her after, we would get the next report card entry. In order to cover that gap, we need to give her a liked gift. A liked gift ups her friendship enough to cover that single gap. Loved gifts will cover a gap of 2 free time sessions that doesn't give you a report card. And again, there's going to be like a table on my website and an explanation of all of this in far more detail if you are interested in seeing it visually, or and don't want to just listen to me babble on about it. So I will explain everything in far more detail once we get to the school mode. But for the sake of what we're doing right now, there are approximately 10, let's see, let me just count them here. There's approximately 12 liked gifts that Asahina has. And we need to use the Monomono machine to get one of them. They are the Hope's Peak ring, which is number 20, the God of War charm, which is 23, the red scarf, which is 28, the bunny earmuffs, which are 31, the rose in vitro, which is 46, the cherry blossom bouquet, which is 47, the secrets of the Omoplata, which is 65, the Funplane, which is 67, Bojobo Dolls, which are 80, the green costume, which is 89, and the red costume, which is 90. Remind me to put this in the description. That way you can just look at the description of the video if you need a reminder of which items they are. You don't have to keep going back here. So what we need to do now is we need to save. So go into your system and make a new save here. And we're going to go into our Monomono machine, and we're going to use it. So we're going to do a little bit of a tutorial about this as well. I know we already covered this a little bit, but we have a lot more coins. So what we're going to do is in the upper left-hand corner, it tells you how many coins you've put in. And you can put in as many as you want, I think. I don't know if there's an actual limit. Okay, you can go up to 99. We're not going to need to put in more than like 94 or 95 at the end. But to start, we're just going to put a single coin in. In the bottom left-hand corner, you see your amount of coins. It updates when you put a coin in. So if you have one coin in, you see it drops to 306 for me. And then in the bottom right-hand corner, that is the chance of you getting a repeat item. So getting one of the Monomono machine has a separate inventory of presents. We've been getting some by going through the story, and there's some we get by going through the school mode. Those don't appear in the Monomono machine. So if we use the Monomono machine 5 times and get 5 presents, our percent is going to... There's a chance from that point on that we could get those same presents again. And that's what the repeat percentage is. So if we put 1 coin in and then press A, and go ahead and do that, you'll get your first item, whatever that is. Looks like a cassette. And you noticed right off the bat we got lucky. This is something that can happen. You get an automatic free spin. I think it functions as a 1 coin spin no matter how many coins you put in. So if you put in 95 coins and you get a lucky spin, I think it functions as a 1 coin spin. So to my knowledge, there isn't really a better shot. If you were to put 95 coins in and get 5 lucky spins, I don't think you're getting 5 spins at 95 coins a piece, if that makes sense. I think you're just getting an extra spin at 1 coin. For the most part, there is a certain level of coins that increases the percent of you getting multiple lucky spins. Unfortunately, I don't really know where that is, and I'm not going to bother going through to figure that out. Just at this level, when we're putting in 1 coin a piece, you're not going to get more than 1 lucky spin per, if that. It's not an every spin occurrence you get a lucky spin. So we're just going to keep putting single coins in. As you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, we got 2 items, so our repeat percent actually went up to 218. It should have gone up to like 1.09 after our first one. And since we got a lucky spin and got a new item with that, it went up to 2.18. You'll notice if we put 1 coin in, it doesn't change our repeat percent. If we put 2 coins in, it drops it in half, essentially. And if we put 3 coins in, we are guaranteed to get a new item. And that's how the machine functions. We're not going to worry about that, though. We're just going to put in about 5 coins, and we're going to check to see if we got a gift that Aoi likes. So just put in 4 more single coins. If you get lucky spins, that's fine. Just put in, 5 single coins altogether. So I started at 307 coins. We're going to be down to 302. Now, if you didn't get any lucky spins, you'll be at 5.45%, more than likely. Once you do your 5 spins, go into your presents and then double check to see if you got any of the items that Aoi likes. You can see the number in the upper left-hand corner there. Makes it easy to figure out. We need item number 20, 23, 28, 31, 46, 47, 65, 67, 80, 89, and 90, and we did not get any of them. So we're going to put in another 5 coins. And if we don't get it after these 10 coins, we're actually going to reload our save. So do another 5 more items. Or 5 more single coins, excuse me. You already got a repeat. And once again, go into your presents and just see if you got any of the items. We did not. So we're just going to hit the B button to back out of the Monomono machine, and we're going to reload. We don't want to use too many coins here. So go ahead and reload your save. If you already got the item you need, feel free to just skip ahead in the video. We have to do this until we get one of those liked items. So just like before, immediately start putting single coins in. And if you want to, you can put all 10 in at once. It doesn't really make a difference. We don't want to use more than 10 coins right now. And I think that might be one of the objects we need. So we're gonna check the presents here. Oh, we got a second lucky. That's the first time I've seen it putting in single coins, so it's been far more likely at the end when we're putting in like 80 and 90 coins. Nope. Okay, that was not the right ring, so we'll just put in our last few coins here. I think that's the in vitro. So, yep, rose in vitro. So we're going to stop there. Back out. And now we need to find Asahina. And she is found in the laundry room in the dorm floor. So we're going to teleport over there and hang out with her. So spend some time with her, and we're going to give her that liked gift you found. Whichever one it is that you found that she likes. Again, I'll try to remember to drop those into the description of the video so that it's easier for you guys and gals to find. Say yes, definitely, you want to give her a present, and go ahead and find whatever gift it is you found that she likes. And we have the rose in vitro. So we're going to give it to her. And that gives her enough affection to boost us to the next report card entry. And now we need to choose swimming. And we'll get a report card entry. And again, we're going to go into a lot more detail about this once we get to the school mode, and we're primarily focusing on the free time sessions. But to make it kind of simple, the ladder for her hangouts looked like this. Your first time hanging out with her, you go from your level 0 to level 1. If you hang out with her a second time, you don't get any level gain. If you hang out with her a third time, you go from level 1 to 2. If you hang out with her a fourth time, you go from level 2 to 3. And if you hang out a fifth time, you go from 3 to 4. The sixth and seventh times you hang out with her, you don't get a report card. And then on the 8th, you go from level 4 to level 5. On the 9th and 10th times you hang out with her without a gift, you don't get anything. And on the 11th time, you'll get your 6th and final report card. We are using the gifts, as I said, to skip those visits that don't result in a report card. So we were on our second hangout with Aoi, and we gave her a liked gift, so we automatically got to the second report card entry. And once we're in free time mode, we're going to hang out with her twice without a gift to get to level 4, and then we're going to give her a loved gift to get to level 5, and another loved gift to get to level 6. And that's how we're going to handle it. Again, I'll have more comprehensive information for everyone once we get to the report card, or to the school mode, I guess, mode mini game. I don't even, it's more of a maxi game because you spend more time in that than the regular story. But once you're done, just skip through everything. And we're going to unlock the skill or be skilled achievement for getting 20 SP. Finally getting more than just the end of story achievement, or end of chapter achievement going through the story. We're going to go back to our room, and we are feeling kind of bad. We got some sort of a bug, and we're going to go to bed. Lots of stuff is going to happen here, so just sit back and enjoy it. Or skip it. Whatever you want to do. Some more scenes. Can't believe he went to sleep in his hoodie, but hey. I guess when you're really sick, you just collapse in whatever you're wearing. You know, when you have a fever, you're usually pretty chilled, but I would think when that fever broke, you'd want to get out of that hoodie. So, when you wake up and get control, examine the drawer where you placed the knife to find out the knife is gone. With that done, we're going to leave and go to the dining hall. I'm not entirely sure you can teleport for this one, but maybe you can. The difference in time is really negligible. Go ahead and chat with Asahina. Excuse me. And react to everyone else. And she's going to run away, and we are going to follow her like a creeper. We're going to go to the gym. You can teleport there, I am fairly certain. And things get a little weird. Once you get control, chat with Yasuhiro. And we're automatically, after all this dialogue, going to teleport up to the 4th floor where the headmaster's office is. So run forward, take a left between Toko and Hina here, and run down to the headmaster's door. And interact with it. And you're going to have a lot of scenes happen here. And again, I'm doing my best not to spoil what's going to happen next, but some things are going to happen next. And we run all the way over to the garden, and oh crap. And it turns into an investigation. So go ahead and scroll over and investigate the body here. And we're going to get a lot more scenes. You're also going to get very sick of seeing the person in the mask holding the knife like that. That I'm pretty sure that still shows up like 50 times this chapter. Oh crap, the body exploded. I hate when that happens when I'm investigating a murder. Once you get control, we're gonna, I believe, have to interact with the body again. So go ahead and investigate the body, and we're gonna zoom in on it. And you're gonna notice this weird looking key by her, the right hand, her right hand. And the key is for the data center. So we need to go down to the 4th floor, teleport down to the hallway, or just use the stairs, and we're going to run over to the data center door here. And surprise, the key opens it. We run back on up to the garden to grab everyone, and then we'll go back to the door, and we'll need to examine it again. Once you gain control, we're going to examine this monitor up here that has the world map on it. Now examine the desk here. You should be able to get the monitors on the desk. Use the Y button if you're having trouble finding the interact point. And now we're going to examine the monitor slash TV next to Hina there. Once you get control, we're going to examine the Monokuma door. A lot of stuff is going to happen here now. We are going to automatically go back to the garden and have some investigating to do. So we're going to examine the body again to zoom in on it. First, use the Y button, and we're going to investigate the chest. And then we're going to examine the hand. We're going to back out after this. If it doesn't let you, just keep examining the other 2 points, and eventually you can get out. Yeah. Sometimes it'll let you get out. If it doesn't, examine the torso, then try again, and it'll let you. So, scroll a little bit so you can examine the chicken coop. You'll notice that one of the chickens is missing. Poor guy. Or girl, I suppose. I don't remember which. We now need to examine these chunks on the ground, but the interact point is like here, so. Scroll to the left and examine the knife on the ground. Now examine the tool shed. And we're going to examine the tarp here. Now you can back out of the tool shed, and we're going to chat with Yasuhiro, who's on the left. Sorry about that. And now talk to Byakuya. Oh, sorry about that. You need to interact with Talk, because he's noticed that the knife that they gave you is the one that was in the body. Now they're all kind of suspicious of you. Go ahead and chat with Aoi. And then we need to examine the red box behind her. So go ahead and talk to Byakuya again. And we need to go to the gymnasium. Go ahead and examine the defunct Monokuma here. And you'll notice that the bomb is gone, and that's probably what blew up in the garden. Now we go back to the garden. And we're going to chat with Byakuya again. And we're going to automatically go to the dorm floor. And we need to find Kyoko's room, which is right next to yours. So talk to Byakuya, and he will unlock it. And then you can interact with Kyoko's door. First, we're going to examine the wooden thing on the table here, which is a wooden locker key. We're going to talk to Byakuya, and we'll remind ourselves of a note that Kyoko gave us earlier. And then we will investigate her bed like a creep. We're going to automatically go to the dojo after some dialogue here. And we need to examine the far right locker here. We'll get a bit more dialogue, and then we're automatically going to go to the archive. Sorry, archive. Let me have my fun with that pronunciation. I don't think we go back there again. But seriously, if that is a legitimate, pronunciation, let me know. Because then I'll feel kind of bad for mocking it. Once you get in here, talk to Byakuya, and feel free to mock my pronunciation of Byakuya. And this is basically the end of the trial. Or the investigation, excuse me. We're gonna be sent to the red door. We're going to go ahead and talk to Kyoko here. And then interact with the elevator grate/gate to go down into the courtroom and start the trial portion. Go ahead and save however you would like. And you don't need to worry about any skills, so go ahead and finish preparations to start the trial. Our first interaction is going to be a multiple choice answer. Kyoko's gloves. And we're going to need the fake nails truth bullet. When Yasuhiro says, must have been wearing gloves. We're going to get another nonstop debate, and we'll need the tattoo on the right hand truth bullet. And then we're going to fire it when Aoi says we can't identify the body. And next we're going to have an evidence select, and we're going to need to find Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Next up is going to be the Hangman's Gambit, and the word is very simple. It's just wolf, W-O-L-F. And we just need an F. Very easy. Next is going to be a multiple choice answer. Makoto and Kyoko. And we're going to have another multiple choice answer next at 9 o'clock. Remember this section for later. We're actually going to come back here on the hard difficulty and grind out white noise lines at the next nonstop debate. So just keep this spot in your mind for later. But for right now, hit at 9 o'clock.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m. since that's when Toko...
And we're going to have another nonstop debate. And we need the sprinklers truth bullet.
We've established a time frame for the murder.
At 10 o'clock, it's the second capsule here. So get ready to fire it right away. We get the bullet time battle up next. Not really any changes to worry about. Alternate A and Y on easy. On harder difficulty, spam fever time as much as you can. The bullet is exploded body analysis, just so you're aware of that. Again, we're getting close to the end, and the bullet you need to pick is Exploded Body Analysis. Sometimes it's automatically picked, but I'm just letting you know in case yours, the one that pops up for you, is different, that you'll need to change to that. The next section we're going to have is to pick an evidence select. And we need to find the tarp. Going to have another nonstop debate coming up, and we're going to need the body before the explosion truth bullet. And we're going to fire it when Yasuhiro says, didn't get dirty. Next is another evidence select. And we need the chicken coop chickens. We're going to have another non-stop debate coming up next, and we're going to need the disguised dead body truth bullet. So again, disguised dead body. And we're going to fire it when Yasuhiro says getting stabbed. Going to have two more evidence selects coming up next. The first one is going to be Monokuma file number 5. And the second will be fragments near the dead body. I like how Toko just got blasted off the face of the earth and didn't need any medical attention. Another non-stop debate is coming up, but this time we have to absorb a statement. So we need to absorb hit on the back of her head from Yasuhiro.
Then, shall we continue the debate?
The victim's fatal injury has... The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah. She was already cool.
And it wasn't music that had been doing his
Oh, yeah. According to them, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed you hit
And then go ahead and skip to the end. We're going to need to fire it right away when Byakuya says the victim's fatal injury, so be ready.
Shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has... No, it's wrong.
Going to have an evidence select coming up. We need to pick titanium arrows. And now we need the bloody duct tape, excuse me. Truth bullet. And we're going to fire it when Aoi says it's too thin. One more evidence select. We need to choose the woodblock key. And then we're going to have another non-stop debate, and we're going to have to absorb another statement. So when we need to absorb the locker key in my own room from Kyoko.
Those words you just spoke.
exactly what I'm not the killer. You should understand the opposite. Master would never have...
There's proof that you aren't. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a bit. You said I hid and then left the locker key in my own room. Correct? But could I really have done that?
And now we need to fire it when Byakuya says there's proof, which I think is like the 6th capsule.
You should understand the opposite. Master would never hide something from me.
Okay, it's 7th. Go ahead and fire at it. And immediately after this, we're going to save. This is kind of just in case we fuck up. Save, because there is a missable scene here, and we don't want to miss it. So go ahead and save in a new slot just to be safe. Because we get kind of a wrong end here that gives us a scene we need to be able to purchase all of the gallery items later. So we're going to take care of it now so we don't have to replay the entire trial later. So first, pursue the lie. We're going to have a non-stop debate here, and we need to fire Kyoko's account, which I think is the only bullet we have, when Kyoko says, "gotten into my room." And then you can just skip to the end, you get a kind of a weird looking photo, and then you'll snap back before the decision and be allowed to make a different choice. There you go. But it lets you come back to the decision. So this time, go ahead and choose Let It Go. And instead, we take the fall for things. And there's the end of the trial. Ooh, we were perfect there. Get ourselves a good 70 medals. And then we're going to get murdered. You can watch the scene if you're interested. Well, though the trial's over, the chapter is not quite yet. We have a little bit more to do before we get there. Once you get control, examine the door. And a little bit of time is going to pass before we can do anything else. Eventually, some trash gets dropped down and that wakes us up. And you can examine it. To find out it's Kyoko, with some ramen in her hair. Go ahead and chat with her. And you're going to have to react to reason I had to survive. Reason that I had to survive. And then very important reason. You can go ahead and chat with her again once this dialogue is done. And we're going to have some more things to react to. First, my purpose and my ability. Second, someone I had to find. And finally, eventually, second floor of the dorms. chat with Kyoko again, and we're going to have to skip the previous react point, and then we can react to what was going on, and then react to you once it pops up. And finally, react to the work of the mastermind. And that will bring us to the end of the chapter. We'll get to save here, and we'll unlock the achievement for clearing Chapter 5. There it is. And, of course, before we save and move on, I'm going to do a quick achievement check. You should be at 11 of 38 for 200G exactly. Go ahead and save over that trial save point we made, because we no longer need it. And that is the end of Chapter 5, folks. We only have one chapter of the story left, and then we'll jump into school mode. So, as always, if you have any questions or comments for me, reach out to me. I will always do my best to answer them, but if not, I will see you guys in Chapter 6.